get started. Thank you all for being a part of this evening. Having a nice stay here in town so far, which is important because I gotta tell you, hotel service is on the decline. I stayed in a hotel in Boston a few months back, a nice hotel, and I couldn't believe it. I'm checking in, and the lady goes, "Will you be needing housekeeping during your stay?" Housekeeping? Like I'm gonna go, you know what? I brought my own vacuum, don't even worry about it. That's where we're at now? Housekeeping is optional? That's like getting a ticket for a show and they're like, "You're gonna need seats to go with that ticket?" I'm like, "No, my family and I, we're gonna sit Indian style in the aisle, don't even worry about it." Oh, I'm sorry, I gotta be careful. That's a word you can't use. I said that a couple months ago, I'm doing a show afterwards. The lady's like, "You might not want to use the word Indian style anymore." I said, "Listen, lady, don't even worry about it. Indians don't come to my show." It's not a problem. They only leave the reservation for Santana. I'm actually close with the Indians, man. I live 15 minutes from an Indian reservation. I'm there like twice a week. I'm down with the Indians. Cheap gas, cheap gas. They can't tax it, baby. And now the Indians are selling pot. It's unbelievable. They just buy sheds from Home Depot. They're setting up dispensaries right on the side of the road. Even the gas stations on the res are selling weed now. And not like dispensaries where it's behind glass and there's a security guard. They're like, you're right up, you go to buy, like I'm with my daughter. I'm like, "Let me get a pack of Hubba Bubba for my kid and I'll take a half ounce of the sativa." Then this blew me away. A few months ago, I got the Subaru, and I go to get gas on the res, right? Filling up the roux, and the Indian guy comes up to me with the receipt, and he's excited. And he goes, "Here you go, it's $52. And I go, "Yeah, no, I know, I was almost on E." And he goes, "No, I'm only telling you that because anything over $50, and you get a free joint for that." He goes, "Just take the receipt, go see Dorothy inside, she'll give you your gas joint." Your gas joint? How can you not love America, right? Brittany Grenier almost did 9 years in a Russian prison for a vape pen. America, $50, regular unleaded, free joint. I've been going there now for my gas all the time. A couple weeks ago, filled it up. I was filling it up myself. It clocked in at $49.30. I'm like, damn, 70 cents away from the joint. I kept trying to cap it off. The handle kept popping. It was just like pop. It's making a lot of pop. I was thinking about spraying 70 cents on the floor just to get the free joint. But they kept popping. Then the Indian guy comes out in a little booth. He's like, "Guy, what are you doing? We'll give you the joint. Jesus Christ. You're gonna flood the tank. Dorothy, get him a joint. Get him out of here." Yeah, but hotel service. Towels too, man. I don't know if you've noticed that. Most hotels I'm staying in now, 2 towels. I'm like, we're down to 2? Even when you call down for towels, you used to call down 5-10 years ago, you called down for towels, and within 3 minutes, somebody was at your door with a stack so high, you couldn't even see their head, right? 40 washcloths capping it off. Now you call down for towels, right? I was in Florida, I'm like, "Can I get some towels?" And the guy goes, "How many will you be needing, Mr. Correale?" I'm like, "Oh, I got to give a number. Oh, here we go." Now you're doing that math, that fate. I'm like, "Oh, I'm here 3 days." 4 should do it. Then there's a pause. I know what he's doing too. He's checking the little computer. He's like, "You are by yourself up there, right, Mr. Correale?" "Oh, here we go. Here we go. I got an environmental activist at the front desk. He's got a problem with my towel intake." Listen, when I'm at home, I make a towel last all week, all right? When I'm in a hotel, I lay them out on the floor like little rocks on a pond so I could go barefooting. It's amazing as you get older, right? Like when I was a kid, I remember playing on the floor of a hotel room. We all did it with your doll or whatever. Look over at my mom, she'd have like 3 pair of socks on. Like, what's her problem? So uptight. Now I'm at that age. I step out of my hotel bed. If my bare foot misses the towel on the floor and hits their floor, I'm like, oh, that's an amputation. Get that cut off on Monday. I should probably tourniquet it for the rest of the stay. But that's what hotels are for. I burn through towels like napkins at a hotel. Just dry my hand once, that's dead. Throw that shit to the side. You ever drop a towel in a hotel? That's like hot lava. You know, kick that shit to the side. That's burnt. My wife, I'm in a hotel with her. She's like, put it on the hook. I'm like, for what, tomorrow? Before I go to work? What do I live here? The whole floor's my hook. I go fresh in the morning. That's the beauty of a hotel, man. Come on. I get finicky now when I get older. Like, I could be in a beautiful lobby of a hotel, like, this place is gorgeous. Wow, I love it. And someone comes walking through with a dog. I'm like, oh, this place is a shithole. I could sleep anywhere, though, these days, to be honest, on the road. I'm sleeping like a log. I'm happily married, but a couple nights away from my wife, and I sleep well. Only because the past 3 years she's been dealing with the hot flashes. Yeah, average temperature in my bedroom has been like sleeping on base camp of Mount Everest with a fan on, constantly. 3 years, and the fan has a little green dot, just a little green dot that is firing up the entire room. When did that happen, right? Again, when I was a kid, I could sleep with a spotlight on my face. When did I get to the age that I gotta put a washcloth over the clock in the microwave at a hotel? You ever do that? I'm like, Jesus Christ, you can read here! I wear a mask every night for 3 years. I wear a little silk mask over my eyes. And then I put in earplugs. I have a little bag of them, the orange ones. You ever put in earplugs? You gotta roll them really thin, right? And then you stick them in and they slowly expand. So I already got the mask on. And I put the earplugs in. And as they expand, I'm like, I can still hear, and Helen Keller. That's what I call it. I tell my wife, I'm going Helen Keller. I'm telling you, though. I've tried subtly to say to my wife, you know, I'm like, you don't think it's weird that we could see our breath when we say goodnight? She's like, if you can't handle it, you get the hell out of here. You have no idea what I'm going through, Pete. I don't give a shit about you or anything. You have no idea what my body is going through right now. I'm like, no, I'm totally in, baby. Let me just dry my hair. I don't want to get hypothermia. But we're doing this together. This ain't my first time dealing with the hot flashes. We've all probably had some experience with them, right? Like my mom used to get them. I remember as a kid, my mom would have the window open in February while we're watching TV. I remember brushing snow off my Afghan while I'm watching Laverne and Shirley. Afghan blanket, all right? A woman, a couple months ago, she's like, do you mean Afghan blanket? Oh, God. I'm like, no, lady, my family adopted an Afghani boy. Yeah. His name was Mateen. Me and Mateen were really tight. I used to call my Afghan. Every morning I'd be like, who's my Afghan? Who's my Afghan? And a little snow landed on Mateen's shoulder and I brushed it off, obviously. But I'll never not sleep with my wife, even dealing with these hot flashes. I'm one of those guys. I'm like, I'll never not sleep in the same bed as my wife. But what I don't point out is my bed is half the size of a football field. I gotta roll over 5 times just to say goodnight. Good night, baby. I'm gonna go back to my zip code over here. By the time I get back to my side, it's dawn. I could do a full Jesus pose and I wouldn't even be touching my wife. That's how far away I am. If she died in the middle of the night, I wouldn't know till 6:45 in the morning. Same bed, though. Same bed. Because I have buddies now doing that. Their kids went off to college. Two of my buddies, they're like, I took the kids' room. I love my wife, but I'm sleeping like a log, man. You got to do separate rooms when you can. I'll never do that. I worry too much about the heart situation. Right? I need someone right next to me when I sleep, man. Just in case in the middle of the night, I'm like, make a call! Make a call! Because, you know, man, you sleep alone. What do we always hear when someone dies alone? They're like, sleeping. Like, at least they died in their sleep. At least they died in their sleep. We act like it's so pleasant. Because we're not there. How do you know it's pleasant? You're not there. We always assume when you die in your sleep, it's kind of just like... And that's it, right? How do you know it's not... Help me! Anybody! Does anybody love me? All right. I'm just saying. It's big business trying to cool these ladies down. Big business. First, my wife started with the fan. Then it was a special pillow for $500. It's supposed to cool you down. There was a cinder block wrapped in terry cloth. Then the latest was, she shows me this commercial. She goes, I want to show you something. She shows me a commercial for this machine that goes to the foot of your bed, and these tubes run underneath the sheet, and you pump water through these tubes at whatever temperature you want all night long, giving you a full body cool down for $999, right? And any married guy knows, forget the money, right? Right away I'm looking at my wife going, don't worry about the money, you gotta get it, baby. You're suffering, Don't worry about the money. But in my head, all I'm thinking is, oh man, we could save thousands of dollars if she would just sleep on the porch. Listen, we'll put a little chicken wire around it so the squirrels don't get at her. We'll make it nice. It's the temperature she's looking for. It dawned on me, though, when we were watching that commercial. It's sad. It was sad, because I reached a certain age in my life where I'm watching, let's just call it what it is. I'm watching commercials for elderly people. Because that's one of the few things that always keeps you young, right? Is when a commercial would come on for old people. You love to blow it off, right? That's for old people, that has nothing to do with me. You can tell when it's a commercial for old people right away, right? Like some guy's feeding a duck. This has nothing to do. The only way you would even notice a commercial for old people is when somebody you used to admire is now old, and they're doing an old person commercial. You ever have that? I remember the first time I saw Eric Roberts. I know some of you young people might not know. Julia Roberts' older brother, great actor, Eric Roberts. He was doing a commercial for walk-in, sit-down bathtubs. Oh, God. I remember yelling at the screen. I'm like, get out of the tub, Eric! Jesus Christ! You were in the Pope of Greenwich Village! Get out! You know? But it's amazing. Then you get older and different things appeal to you, right? I don't know, 5, 6 years later, I see that same commercial. I caught myself leaning in like, tell me more about this tub, Eric. How does the water not come out when you open the door? This lady in front goes, right? It's unbelievable. It's like a magic trick, lady, right? Same thing with that chair that you attach to the staircase railing that takes you up to the second floor. We've all seen that commercial. When you're younger, you're like, nah, it's gonna be so sad when you're talking about needing that thing. Now I'm at the age that commercial comes on, I'm like, does that come in black? Sometimes my wife and I don't want to watch the same movie. I'll get in that chair, saddle in, see you after the movie. Oh, thank you. Then I'll put a bowl on it, send it back down. Put some popcorn in there, baby, send it back up. It's a dumb way to... We got the machine, too. I'll never forget the first night we plugged that thing in, right? At the foot of the bed. I gotta pretend it doesn't sound like there's a photocopy machine at the foot of the bed. And somebody's making flyers for the big concert on Saturday. And I know my wife hears it, but she's laying there. I know she's laying there like, say something. I dare you to say anything right now. I got my own problems at night sleeping. I don't even, right? I don't want to put anyone on the spot, but what are we talking, sir? Peeing? I mean, what are we up to? How many are you doing tonight? 3? I got a formula. I add 2 to whatever any man says. So it's probably 5. But don't be, bro, I do 4 before midnight, so you're nothing. Sometimes I go to the bathroom. I don't even go back to bed. I just stay on the ball because I know I'm going to have to pee again so soon. I don't do liquids after 3 o'clock in the afternoon. If I lick a popsicle at 5:45 at night, I'm pissing till sunrise. Literally leaning against the wall, peeing mad in the middle of the night, like, why did I lick it? Why did I lick it? Then I climb into the bed too, right? I love that. And then you hear my wife go, you keep waking me up when you go to the bathroom. Now I can. Right? I'm like, oh, really? But nothing with the photocopy machine, though? With sleeping right through that? Give me a break. Sounds like we're in hospice and there's a respirator at the foot of the bed for the past 3 years. Oh, my gosh, yeah. Listen, I don't want to scare the young kids. When you're married a long time, the love doesn't die, okay? The way you sleep together, though, that changes drastically. Early on, obviously, a lot of cuddling, all right? Even the first few years in, even more than that, 3, 4, 5 years, you still start the night with a toe touch, maybe a finger, just a little something. You know it's only gonna last 30 seconds, but just a little finger rub. I'm telling you, when you've been with someone a long time, the slightest physical contact can be so powerful. I mean, I've been with my wife longer than I've been alive without my wife. That's a long time. I've had moments where I'm laying in bed I'm just wondering, is she even into this shit anymore? Then out of nowhere, I don't even think my wife knows she's doing it. She'll just like rub my neck with her fingertip. I'm like, oh my God, the passion is unbelievable. We're like a Nicholas Sparks movie. But full-on cuddling? I went to cuddle with my wife a few months ago and she goes, are you kidding me right now? Trying to get out of my own skin, you're putting that Guido carpet on top of me? I said, listen, I was just trying to get a little cuddling in before your first sweat session. Oh my God, I couldn't believe how bad she starts sweating from these hot flashes. The first night it happened, I touched her. I almost said the worst thing you could say as a married person. I almost said gross. Because I went, ooh. And then I caught myself and I got out of bed. She's like, where are you going? I go, I gotta check the shower. I think you're sleepwalking and taking showers. Nobody could beat his sweat. How are you standing? Do you need an IV drip right now? She comes down in the morning, the dog's licking her leg. And she thinks it's affection. She's like, what's with him? I go, what's with him? You're a salt stick. Yeah, and she's Polish, man. They're pickled right out of the gate. They're already pickled. Now you're adding all that dry sweat. Jesus, I'm surprised a moose didn't come through the goddamn window to get out. No, we've been married so long, we don't even say goodnight anymore when we go to bed. We just pat each other's ass and go, good luck. As I said, I got a dog. Cavapoo. I don't know if you're familiar with that. What kind of dog you got, sir? Big ones? What do you got?
No, little rats because of her.
Oh, yeah. Oh. Well, that's a happy marriage. This guy's pointing 5 seats away. I got little rat shit dogs because of her all the way down there. Listen, bro, don't even. I got a Cavapoo. I'm right there with you. Little Cavapoo. Half poodle, half King Charles Cavalier. All gay. That's what this dog is. Got skunked too a couple months ago. My dog got skunked. I saw it happen. I let it out every night about 10 o'clock. I open up the sliding glass door. It goes out back, quick pee, comes in for a treat. So as soon as I open up the glass door, it darted. I'm like, where are you going? And I look over and I see in the corner, about just back the corner of this room, not far away, I see the skunk's tail come up. My dog goes right, and I hear that tss. My dog starts crying, and as soon as you hear that tss, I can smell it instantly. I close the glass door. The dog comes running up to the glass, just tear in its eyes. I'm like, I can't let you in. Holy shit, it was like Walking Dead. I'm like, I love you. I love you. I'm sorry. There's nothing I can do. There's nothing I can do. Oh. Yelling to my wife, Jackie! Dog's rubbing its face on the grass. I'm sorry. Oh, hasn't been inside since. May as well keep it outside. I mean, you get no protection from this dog anyway. You know, it goes to bed when we go to bed. Literally, every night it's on the couch right between us. As soon as we turn the TV off, it shoots right up the stairs, right in between us. With that look like, good call. We would have been watching that shit all night. Guy down the block from me got a pit bull. Clocking that now. Pit bull, what do we do? Woo. Why would you want something in your home that might murder you at any moment? I don't get that. That's like having someone living with you that they got a gun at all times and like, oh, we all having a good time? Is everybody having a good time? Is everybody having a good time? Why is he running? Why is he running? Why is he running? Who's at the door? Who's at the door? What are you looking at? What are you looking at? What are you looking at? Like if you were a pit bull and it just started staring at you, I'd be like, are we cool? Like my dog growls at me and my daughter like, oh, well, you got a problem. If I had a pit bull and it started growling, I'd be like, holy shit, everybody evacuate! Get out! Be looking through the window. Does it look mad? Can we go back in? Listen, I'm no dog expert, but I've been around long enough. You want protection. The best way to go is German Shepherd, all right? You got a German Shepherd, someone breaks into your house in the middle of the night, not only are you safe, you don't even get woken up. You just come down in the morning, you go to pour yourself a cup of coffee, you're tripping over a dead body. The dog's got a Glock in its mouth. Just giving you that look like, this went down at about 2:30, I didn't want to wake you up. I knew you had a big day, I saw your calendar, I took a peek at your calendar. I had to put my dog in a kennel last summer. Breaks your heart, breaks your heart. You ever in that point where you got no options? You know? You try to put a positive spin on it. My wife and I are like, because we're flying and you can't fly with it. We're like, it'll meet other dogs, it'll have a great time. Run around with other dogs. Even when it starts getting a little maybe not great, you still kind of brainwash yourself. Like we call up the place and they're like, oh, don't forget when you bring your dog, bring an old bed, don't bring his normal bed. And I go, okay, why is that? And they go, oh, sometimes the dogs get excited and they rip the beds through the fence and take them away. And I go, oh, okay, old blanket, I got it, I'll make a note. Like that's normal, right? Could you imagine if you made a hotel reservation and they go on the reservation, by the way, don't bring any nice clothes, just old clothes. And you go, why is that? Oh, sometimes the other guests reach through the chain between the door, take shit out of your suitcase in the middle of the night. Like you're gonna go, oh, okay, old clothes, I'll make a note, I'll tell the family. I'm taking my dog to the kennel. I feel bad too, because every time I take the dog anywhere in the room, I open up the hatch, it jumps out. It's always to do something fun. Then we get to the kennel, I open up the hatch, the dog jumps out. It's giving me that look like, what are we doing now? I'm like, well, I'm going to Hilton Head. And you're going to prison for 10 days. Don't worry, you didn't do anything wrong. I just want you to know that. You did nothing wrong. We get over here. I'll just wet your hair back. You don't want to go in looking poodle. You do not want to go in there looking poodle, all right? You go into a kennel looking poodle, the other dogs are like, I'll see you in the shower, guy. It's hard, too, when you drop your dog off at a kennel. You got to shake that off. Takes like 20, 30 minutes. Get to the end. You gotta shake it off, man. You're going on vacation. You have a good time. You can't be thinking about that. It's tough, though, when you got a kid. Right? You know, I was on vacation with jet ski and we're floating out in the water. I don't know where all of a sudden my daughter's like, I wonder what Duke's doing right now. Oh, shit. We all know what Duke's doing. He's getting raped by a Doberman Pinscher. Dropped $150 an hour for the jet skis, and I'm trying to not think about that right now. Thank you very much. Then you finally got to go pick the dog up, right? Every time, too, right? We've put the dog in the kennel like 3 times. Every time my wife's like, you drop us off, we'll start unpacking, you go get the dog. That's her subtle way of saying, drive it around a little, see if it's fucked up before you bring it home. It's like picking up a relative from prison. You like drive them around a little bit. If they seem a little squirrely, we'll throw them in a Holiday Inn for a few days. Let them decompress. Let them acclimate. Then I go to get the dog. And it's summertime, so the dog's in this big outdoor cage. You can see me as soon as I get out of the room. I got flip-flops on, tan, shell necklace, shades. Right, unbuttoned shirt. I look like Sammy Hagar, just walking up. Hey, buddy, did you have a good time? This dog's trying to bite through the metal. Get me the fuck out of here! I'm like, I gotta go inside and pay. I'll be right back. Dog was yelling at me like that heavy-set chick in Silence of the Lamb when she was in the hole. Remember that? And Jodie Foster's like, shh, I'll be right back. And the girl's like, don't you leave me, you bitch! You fucking bitch! So if I was Jodie Foster, I'm like, you keep talking like that, I'm not coming back to this hole at all. So my dog's barking like crazy. I go inside. Right away, too, I see the lady who runs the kennel. She's like, Duke had a great time. Oh, really? What, did you read his diary? He didn't want any of his treats, though. She gives me his treats back. Bacon, real bacon, that I made. My dog didn't want it. Oh my God, right away in my head, I'm like, what was going on in this dungeon of death? That my dog didn't want bacon. That's like me not wanting pizza. I can eat pizza under incredibly stressful situations. Like if I didn't want a slice of pizza, if my wife goes, want some pizza? I said no. She'd be like, are you having an affair? In the middle of the night, I could be sound asleep. You just nudge me. You want a slice? All right. If my wife got kidnapped, I could probably bang out a slice while I'm waiting for the ransom note. That's a tough time to eat, right? If your wife's been kidnapped, when do you first eat? You know what I mean? Especially, too, right? You got all these FBI agents in your house setting up equipment in case the call comes in. The head FBI guy's like, get some pizza for the boys. We're going to be here a while. Now you got all these FBI agents eating pizza in your living room. Oh, my God. You can't bite into a slice. If you just grabbed the slice out of the box, the minute you bit into it, every FBI agent in the room would be like, well, he did it. I'm not saying, I don't want to paint a bad picture about like, oh, I eat pizza if my wife was kidnapped. I'm in a happy marriage. Very supportive. My wife's been running marathons, a lot of them, all over. We went to Berlin 3 years ago. Me, my wife, and daughter went to Berlin, Germany. My wife was running a marathon. And I bring it up because that year in Berlin at that marathon, some guy broke the record and ran a marathon faster than anyone ever ran a marathon in the history of the world. And my buddy texted me the next day. I heard about that guy. Was your wife running next to him at all? For a little bit? Running next to, I go, guy, that guy was home in Kenya watching Netflix before my wife was on mile 3. Seriously though, these marathons should have 2 categories. The Kenyan category and then everybody else. Right? Like this guy thinks my wife is literally just jogging next to him like, so tell me, Musa, do you train in the morning or in the late evening? I Googled it. You know how Kenyans hunt? This goes back thousands of years. They see a deer. All right, no spear, no gun, nothing. They see a deer, they just start stretching. Even the deer look up like, oh shit, the Kenyans are stretching. And then the deer all run in separate directions. The Kenyan pick one deer. They just eyes on the deer, eyes on, until eventually the deer's like, what the fuck? And the deer just claps. They eat it. Berlin was nice. Let me tell you something though. Please don't, I'm serious, don't clap for this. I'm not trying to get a cheap laugh, but I'm saying whenever you travel to another country, deep down in your heart, especially young people now, they don't like the fact that America is awesome. They're like embarrassed by it. But you go to another country, you realize right away how fucking great America is. Even Italy. I love it. We all love Italy. You ever try to get ice outside of a major city in Italy? I was in a hotel in a little village once. I wanted ice. I thought the front desk guy's head was going to explode. It's like, holy shit, we got to send Giuseppe to Rome to get a bucket of ice for this guy. You know? In America, right? The Days Inn in Newark, New Jersey has an ice machine on every floor of the damn place. Yes. Come on. Is there a guy leaning against it doing crack? Yes, but they're there and they're humming ice. We put ice in the urinals of the restaurants, in the fancy restaurants. You ever do that, man? A nice steakhouse, you ever pee on ice in the bathroom? It's a nice touch when they put ice in the urinals. Seriously, you go anywhere in the world, and they take American money. You could be at a garage sale half a mile outside of Saigon. They'll still break a 20. If you own a business in America, someone tries to pay you a Japanese yen, right? You'd be like, what am I gonna wipe my ass with this? What the fuck is this? The guy's like, it's worth 20 American dollars. You'd be like, well, turn it into 20 American dollars and come back and I'll give you what you want. They speak English everywhere in the world. I mean, seriously, if I was on the Amazon River floating past the tribe and they're standing there with their spears, I'd be like, what's up? She'd probably go, what's up? Even when I was in Germany, right? I'm in the hotel lobby. I'm at the concierge. I'm like, you know where I get a cup of coffee around here? The guy starts hitting me with German, which I respect when they hit you with their native tongue. It's very patriotic. I have total respect for it. But you got to admit, as an American, when you ask for something in America, you just assume that. And when they speak their language to you in your head, you ever do the thing where I'm like, guy, switch over. We both know you know it. So once he's done with his German, I'm like, again, I come back with English. I'm like, yeah, coffee? And he's like, yeah, down the block to the left. In my head, I'm like, I knew you knew it. I knew you knew it. And you know inches, and you know Fahrenheit. And I don't know any of your shit. I'm sorry. It makes them so mad that we don't. I don't know. Why don't we learn it? We just don't, right? Like 4 degrees Celsius sounds cold. Could be a beach day. I have no idea. In my defense, I thought I knew a little German, but turns out unte glieten, glauten, gloten doesn't mean anything. You know what I'm saying? God damn, Def Leppard pulling the wool over my eyes all these years. Literally, I'm walking down the tarmac, unte glieten, glauten, gloten, glauten, gloten. Well, I certainly can't run any marathon, but I don't know if you're noticing the fluidity up here. Hip replacement surgery 5 years ago, sir. I could be a rocket. Unbelievable. Arthritis, man. Doctor, too, he's showing me, he's like, you got arthritis. Did you grow up playing on cement? I was like, yeah, basketball. That'll do it. Practiced a lot. Early morning, dribbling through garbage cans. Summer camps, every day playing. And what did it lead to? Division III. A world we all know. You either played it or you have a child currently playing it. Division III was designed to wean you off of the dream. Right? It really was. You were taught if you work really hard, good things will happen. Sometimes you work really hard and you still suck. I shouldn't use that term. I played Division III, but you're still not as good as you hope to be. So they set this league up. It looks real, totally looks real, but nobody cares. Nobody came to our games. If there were adults at our games, we'd all be like, whose parents are here? We had one game, I'll never forget it. I was the only one in the crowd was a woman and like a 4 or 5 year old little girl. And at halftime, the little girl ran out onto the court. I look at my teammate, I'm like, where's this little pumpkin going? And she hugs the ref. I'm like, holy shit, bro. We got 2 spectators here and it's the ref's wife and daughter. Shut it down. Arthritis for this? Everyone's like, how was the surgery, right? I'm like, I have no idea. I wasn't there. Anesthesia is the most unbelievable thing in the history of the world. I don't even know why we're only using anesthesia for operations. We should be using it for travel, right? Let's say you got a grandma who's always wanted to go back to Italy, but she's too anxious to fly. You call the anesthesia traveling company. Just knock on your door. Some woman comes walking through your living room in an oxygen tank. Who's ready to go to Positano? They got the cup. You ready, Nana? You got your mints? You're gonna want a mint when you wake up. You put the cup right over Nana. She just wakes up to the sound of seagulls flying over the Amalfi Coast. You can even get it for your husband as a surprise. He's always wanted to go to Hawaii, but he can never find the time. Then one afternoon, he's watching a football game on TV. The anesthesia traveling company sneaks in. They come up from behind the couch, they just cup him. Your husband wakes up, he's on Waikiki Beach. You did it, baby, I love you. You brought me. We never would have did it if you didn't drug me. Yeah, I've had anesthesia twice in my life. My daughter had already been born. If she wasn't, I would have named my daughter Anesthesia. That's how unbelievable this drug is. The first time I had anesthesia was when I had a colonoscopy. Just in case if you never had this drug and you want to know how powerful it is, all right? You don't even mind a camera up your ass. Let that sink in, all right? Camera is up your ass. Now, I've passed out on whiskey, but even then, if you stuck a camera up my ass, I think I would have given a little groan. My friends would have been like, we were just fucking around. I had to go to Buffalo to get the procedure, about an hour from my house. We got to go to Buffalo to do everything. It's like Rome for us. Even when we're going, my wife's like, I'm going to drop you off Then I'm gonna go to Wegmans to do some food shopping. Then I'm gonna go to TJ Maxx. Every other wife stays in case there's an emergency. My wife's feeling up avocados in the produce section of Wegmans. And before they give you the anesthesia, they put you in the same room that the men coming off of the anesthesia are placed in. Oh my God, have you ever seen a grown man coming off of anesthesia? Holy shit, looks like they had a lobotomy. They're like happy and like, they don't even know they had the procedure, right? Are we gonna do it? Are we gonna do it? And then they're farting, because when you pull the tube out, it makes you fart. It's like a big, dumb, happy, retarded guy. He's like, are we gonna do it? You look nice. You look nice. I'm like, holy shit, look at this puddle. I'm not gonna do any of that shit. Right? I wanted to be the guy that comes off the anesthesia and I'm like, you got an espresso machine? I'd love a Javalia if you got one. But I wasn't. There I was, 3 hours later, same thing. I'm coming out. Did we cancel? Did we cancel? Like, you don't even believe it happened. The lady's like, we're gonna get your wife now. I'm like, she's at TJ Maxx. She went to TJ Maxx. I'm literally going, you have to hunt. They have good stuff, but you have to hunt. You have to hunt. Oh my God. I'm kidding with you. Yeah, that's about it medically. Although I wear contact lenses. Anyone who wears contacts, you ever have this happen? Like I was fishing with a buddy, and I don't even really fish, but we're out on a boat, and I go to put a little wedding drops in, and the guy looks at me and he goes, oh, you wear contacts? I didn't know you wore contact lenses. And I'm like, why would you? You're not my lover. Right? Like, you're not with me at the end of the night when I take him out after a party. I'm like, oh, I thought Carol had a lot to say tonight. I don't think Tim appreciated when she was talking about their vacation. Like, when would I bring it up? Like, when I be at a bar, I'd be like, Joey, get me another beer. By the way, I wear contact lenses. When we first moved to this small town, where my wife is like from the area, moved to this small town, I didn't even have an eye doctor. I didn't know where to go. I went to Walmart. I had to go to the Walmart eye doctor. Oh my God. Literally in the Walmart. That's what we have. Walmart is our everything where I live. I'm in the Walmart eye doctor. I'll never forget too. The lady comes up to me and she's like, the doctor will be with you momentarily. Oh my God. I'm looking at my wife. The doctor will be with me. We're right next to a Subway sandwich shop. I just wanted to be like, all right, I'm gonna go check with the chef, see if he can whip me something up real quick till the doctor gets back. If the doctor's still not here, I'm gonna check with my money guy down at the end of the hall if his curtain's open. Then I go to the eye doctor too, and my eye doctor, this guy used to drive me nuts. Because he'd get behind me and he'd make me read these letters off a chart. And I'd always have trouble at the end. I'd be like, covering one eye, I'm like, is that an E? And he'd be behind me and he'd go, no. And I'm like, T? No. Guy, is this a carnival? Do I get a prize if I get it right? Just give me a prescription. I obviously can't read it. Like, you don't get 3 tries in the real world. Like, I'm not gonna be driving. Is that a dog? A tree? A person? No. Then he makes anyone who gets their eyes done knows you gotta do the other one, but you gotta put your chin in that thing. And he gets in that little chair with the wheels and he comes up to you. Just look at my right ear. Look right at my right ear. You're gonna feel a light puff. That's my soul floating right out of this fucking establishment. Can't believe my eye doctor business is in a Walmart. And he's always like, better one or better two? You ever do that? You ever go to this? You go, can I see one again? They get so mad when you want to see one again. They act like they don't, right? They're like, sure. Better one or better two? But in their head, they're like, just look! Then he's going, better 3 or better 4? I go, oh, all right, we're doing 3-4 now? We're doing 3-4? I didn't know we're doing 3-4. I'm like, well, why don't you just pick them? You just pick them. You just pick them for me. I'm getting a little too comfortable at Walmart, though. I'm not going to lie to you. I can't decide if I'm getting more white trash or if Walmart's clothes are getting nicer. I bought a pair of tan Levi's from Walmart a couple weeks back. I wear them all the time. Let me tell you, you buy clothes from Walmart the same way you steal shit from Walmart. Just take it off the rack when no one's looking, quick go up to the register, one quick swipe, beep, pay, I'm gone. If anyone comes up to me, just drop the shit and run. I wasn't here, If I get caught in the parking lot, I'm like, I got to do some painting, doing some painting. I need painting pants. Listen, we're all on a budget. We're all on a budget. I'm getting renovations done on the house right now. We're doing what everyone does. We're getting that wall knocked down that separates the kitchen from the living room. Right? You see it on every show. I want to knock down, my wife, same thing. She's like, I want to knock down that wall so when I'm in the kitchen, I can still talk to my guests in the living room. I fought for that. I wanted to keep that wall. I like that wall. So when I'm in the kitchen, I can talk about my guests in the dining room. I feel like you need that wall, right? Because sometimes somebody says something heavy, man, and everyone needs a little break, a little timeout to go back to their corner. Like, let's say you got a couple over, you're having dinner. I don't know where the lady's like hanging out, and you go, how's Billy doing? He's a sophomore in college now, right? And the woman's like, Billy dropped out. He's playing banjo in a band. You gotta be like, oh, good for him, following his dream. I'm gonna go check on the sauce. And you go in the kitchen, you start serving us, and the wife comes in. I'm like, banjo, where are you going with the banjo? And they need that wall too, because now the husband's out there going, Carol, we said we weren't gonna bring up the banjo. Got Amish guys doing my kitchen. I got Amish where I live. I got an old Victorian. They've done a lot of work for me. I remember last year, I had the Amish guys build a little shed for me out back, and I had Indians from the reservation, native pride painting. They were painting my house. And on one day, they were both there on the same day. I'll never forget it. It was a Friday, and it was the afternoon. And the Indian guys and the Amish guys were all having lunch on the front lawn, right? And then my wife pulls up. I'm like, check it out. She's like, what? I'm like, what do you mean what? It's fucking Thanksgiving on the front lawn. Holy shit. Just waiting for Pocahontas to come walking up with some corn to make it complete. Yeah, the Amish work cheap, man. These guys, we're all looking to save a buck. I got a daughter now. She's financially killing us. Yeah, I got an 11-year-old daughter. Well, daughter so far. See how that goes. I could change on a Wednesday. Oh, she's got teeth coming out of the side of her head. It's unbelievable. We went to the orthodontist. The orthodontist leaves his own office. My wife's like, where's he going? I go, where's he going? He's going to call his wife to tell her to get the beach house. A lot of TV watching. That's what my wife and I do now. A lot of TV. We watch House Hunters. That's what we watch all the time. Matt, do you remember like 10 years ago, 5 years ago, you wanted the remote? I remember being like, give me the remote. Now, you ever just do the frustrated lob? I'm like, there's nothing. I just lob it. My wife's like, I don't want it. I'm like, there's nothing! Love it or list it. That's what we do. We watch people buy cheap houses. And these people are in La La Land, too. You ever see them when they talk to the real estate agent on the show? The real estate agent's like, what are you looking for? And they go, oh, we're looking for a 5-bedroom, 3-bathroom with an eat-in kitchen and an in-ground pool. It's not a deal breaker, but Kevin would love a gazebo. Okay, what's your all-in? $150,000. Okay. All right, well, why don't we all hop in my time machine over here? Let's set this puppy to 1955. See if we can find you what you're looking for at that price. And the other one is Food Network. We watch that all the time. Beat Bobby Flay. That's right. No one can just cook on that channel. Everyone's got to beat your mother, beat your neighbor, beat yourself, beat the clock. They act like they're nice. Those judges on Food Network, oh, they're nasty. There's this one blonde lady, she is so nasty. And they act like they're nice, but like they'll do stuff like they come out of a commercial break. Before we decide who moves on to the next round, let's get to know our contestants a little bit. Nancy, if you were to win that $10,000, what would you do with it? I'd buy a food truck and have a big garden at home, and I'd cook food and deliver it to the needy kids in the neighborhood. Oh, well, you shouldn't have put so much nutmeg in your cake then. Yeah. Gonna have to keep the keys out of that food truck for a little longer there, Nancy. Leave the apron too, okay, hon? Got so bad a few Saturday nights ago with nothing to watch. My wife goes, "Want to try a documentary?" Oh my God. We're gonna learn shit on a Saturday night? All right, here we go. Why don't we just take a night class? How about that? Let's just take a fucking night class. Documentaries, they're just something else you're supposed to care about. I can't keep up. I have no more caring in me. I'm tapped out. The first one, just read them. You ever do that? Just the first one we read is about the black rhinoceros. Right? You're reading it. The black rhinoceros is on the verge of extinction. Whenever you hear an animal's going extinct, we all have our same version of frustration, right? You ever do it? You're like, damn, black rhino's going down. What's going on with this earth? Then there was another part of me that was like, I didn't even know there was a black rhinoceros. I don't know how to feel about this. It's not like I'm gonna miss watching them graze on my way to work with my Dunkin' Donuts. How are the gray ones doing? Are the gray ones hanging in there? I'm familiar with the gray ones. Turns out they're poaching the black rhino for the horn. Black rhinoceros's horn is worth up to $1.5 million. Can you blame a guy? Listen, I'm not saying I would kill a black rhinoceros for the horn, all right? But for $1.5 million, I would follow a really old one around with a saw in my back pocket. Where you going, little fella? Don't go too far. You're my 401k. You going to nap or die? Don't go too far. We ended up picking a documentary, a prison doc. I like those because it's one of those docs you can watch where you're glad that you're not there. This one threw me off. It starts out with a Nazi skinhead, right? And he looks at the camera. He goes, I murdered 7 people, and I have to live with that every day. But if you saw the food that they serve us in here and you put it next to cat food, you wouldn't even be able to tell the difference. In my head, I'm like, yeah, you lost me at I murdered 7 people. You literally could have burst into flames and I wouldn't even have stopped eating my Haagen-Dazs. But of course, the reporter, right, this female, tell us more about the conditions. Here we go. Tell me, what more don't you like, guy who murdered 7 people? And then he goes, what's there to say? I mean, yeah, you get 3 square meals a day. An hour of rec time. You can play cards if you want, but you mostly just lay in bed all day, taking naps and watching TV. I look at my wife, I go, if you close your eyes, this sounds like a commercial for sandals. Yeah. My wife's like, prison is hardly a resort, Pete. I'm like, this is a swimming pool away from being all-inclusive. Then they go on to explain they have another program to curb prison violence, right? These guys are getting 4 conjugal visits a month. 4! That's 1 more than me! That's crazy! I wouldn't even need all 4. How embarrassing. I got the prison guard going to unlock my cell. I'm like, keep it locked, Jerry. My wife couldn't make it. Don't worry about it. Then I gotta crack jokes like, I guess I gotta get it twice next time, right? Oh, man. My wife is not gonna do it in prison. I do most of my work on the couch now. I'm like, couch operator. Usually starts out with a little foot rub to let her know it's go time. Recently, though, I'm rubbing my wife's foot, and she goes, I appreciate the foot rub, but I just want you to know we're not doing it after you rub my foot. Well, you can have your foot back. Appreciate you telling me while I was still on the first foot. And of course, it's a fight, right? She's like, I don't understand why you can't just rub my feet without doing it afterwards. I'm like, I don't understand why you can't just do it after I rub your feet. And she's like, well, then we gotta close the shade. She's always afraid people are gonna see. We gotta close the shade, turn the TV off, turn the light off. I try to tell her, like, we're at that age, we could do it on the front lawn with a spotlight on us. And everyone's either gonna turn away. If they look at us, it's just they're gonna be like, good for you guys, still doing it. And I'm like, and by the way, closing a curtain and turning off a TV is not that hard. She acts like there's a cord of firewood on the couch. She's like, we gotta move this cord of firewood if we're gonna do it. I'd be like, all right. Your kid's gonna hear us. We're raising children so differently now. It's really. I'm making my daughter's lunch recently, and my wife goes, "Did you clean the fruit before you put it in the bag?" And I'm like, "I didn't pick it. I got it at the store, so no." She's like, "Well, still, you have to spray it and rub it and rinse it." To put that in perspective, I grew up on a dead-end street on Long Island, New York. All right? She wants me to clean this fruit. On our block, 3 times every summer, a mosquito truck would come down the block and shoot out a chemical that would fog up the entire street. And we would pretend it was a London fog, and we would run out and play in it. We would just talk with accents. We'd be like, it's bloody hot, bloody hot. And if you weren't out there like, oh, Mom, my mom would be outside with a cigarette yelling, mosquito truck! My mom, God bless her. My mom used to get mad when I used to make fun. She'd be like, you act like we didn't care and love you the same way. I said, Ma, listen, I know you love me, all right? But I'm just, some things slipped through the cracks. I mean, I was in child pornography and you didn't even know. I didn't even know. Let me walk you through this. I'm 13 years old, and we live on a dead-end street. There's about 5 houses on each side. Then there's a cross street, and then there's one house all alone at the other end, owned by a bachelor named Jack. Now, Jack was in his mid-30s. This guy was so cool. He had a well-trimmed beard. He was in shape. Convertible sports car, in-ground pool. Always had beautiful women hanging out. And I used to mow Jack's lawn. I was 13, I'd mow his lawn. Every Saturday, I'd go down there with my mower. He'd give me $10, and then he'd give me 1 can of Budweiser that I could drink alone by his pool, and then I'd go home. And he didn't sit there with me. It wasn't weird. I'd just be by myself. I felt so cool. And like I said, he always had pretty women hanging. So one time, my best friend helps me mow the lawn. And when we're done, Jack gives us each $10 and 1 can of Budweiser. We're sitting there, and my friend's like, so cool. I'm like, I know, right? Then Jack comes over, we thank him, and he goes, yeah, no. Oh, and then out of nowhere, he goes, by the way, Pete, did I ever tell you about my belly button book? Right? I'm like, no, what are you talking about? He goes, let me go get it. And he comes back with this book filled with Polaroids. And he goes, I'm trying to break the Guinness World Record for having the most photographs of people's belly buttons. And if you break the record, Guinness pays you $10,000. And with the 10 grand, we're gonna hire the Beach Boys, and we're gonna have a big party, and everyone in the belly button book gets to go to the party. And then I'm looking at the photos, and there are my friends. I'm like, there's Andrew, there's Ralph, just pointing at their belly buttons. Now at 13, man, you hear all this. As you can imagine, me and my friend were like, "Guy, get the camera. What are we doing?" So he gets the Polaroid out, right? We lift up our shirts. It was so not weird. We even yelled, we're like, "Beach Boys!" Even after the photo, I'm like, "I hope it works out, man. I love the Beach Boys." They didn't even have Kokomo yet, all right? This is going back. And he's like, "Yeah, I hope it works out too." And he goes, "We're trying to break the record with this other book. We don't need as many for that one, but we'll see how it goes." So of course, being 13, we're like, what's that book?" And he goes, "Oh, I call it the mooning book. Trying to break the record for having the most photographs of people mooning the camera. And if you break the record, same thing, you get 10 grand. We're gonna hire them Beach Boys and have that big party, right?" Then he sends one of them women there, and she comes back with that book. There are my same friends, bent over, pants down, just pointing at their ass. There's Andrew, there they are doing it. Now listen, some people here are getting a little nervous, you young people. You gotta remember something, all right? This is early 80s, it was a different time. Everybody was mooning everybody back then. All right, some guys would say goodbye at a party, later. You couldn't have a school bus drive by without an ass sticking out the window. I don't even think the bus driver started the bus until there was an ass sticking out the window. Different time. So now at 13, you can see my dilemma, right? I'm like, what if they break the record for this asshole book and I'm only in the belly button book? I'd be kicking myself for missing out on that Beach Boys concert. So again, we're like, "Fire it up, bro." We bent over, "Beach Boys!" And that was it, man. I forgot about it, didn't think about it at all. I don't know, 22, 23 years went by. But I'll never forget, I'm home for Thanksgiving. I am married now. My little brother's home. He's married with his wife. My older sister with her husband. We're all hanging out. Well, I come from a drinking family. We're having a few pops. And out of nowhere, I'll never forget, my mom goes, "Oh, by the way, did I tell you guys what happened to Jack?" I'm like, "Well, what do you mean, Jack down the block? What, did he die?" And my mom goes, "No, he got arrested. And they raided his home and they found books with child pornography." I got a few in me, right? I look at my mom, I'm like, "I'm in one of those books." Before my mother could react, my brother looks at me and he's like, "Belly button and asshole book?" I'm like, "What? You too?" He goes, "Beach Boys!" You guys have been so great. Thank you. Thank you so much. You guys were phenomenal. Thank you.
Yeah.